If you've spent any time hanging out in your backyard, you've probably noticed those tiny ants marching in perfect lines, disappearing into little dirt mounds like they're on a mission. Ever stop to wonder what's actually going on inside one of those anthills? Is it just a chaotic mess of bugs? Or is there something way more organized happening underground? What if there's a whole hidden civilization right beneath your feet, complete with secret tunnels, ant architects, and even a bit of political issue? In this video, we're shrinking down to ant size to explore the fascinating world inside an anthill. From teamwork and tunnel systems to surprising social roles, what we discover might just change the way you see ants forever. Beneath that small, seemingly insignificant dirt mound in your backyard, there's a whole hidden world, an anthill. It's not just a pile of dirt. It's a busy underground city, buzzing with activity and organized chaos. What you see above ground is only the tip of the iceberg, a complex network of tunnels and chambers that can stretch up to 3 feet deep and spread over 6 feet wide. Inside, thousands, sometimes even millions of ants work together in a highly coordinated society, each with a specific role to keep things running smoothly. The interior of an anthill is a maze of tunnels, each serving a unique purpose. There are nursery chambers where worker ants take care of the young, constantly moving eggs and larvae to different rooms to keep them at just the right temperature. Then, there are food storage chambers where ants go on scouting missions to find food and water, bringing it back to stockpile for the whole colony. And of course, after a long day of hard work, even ants need a break, so they have special chambers just for resting and recharging before jumping back into action. Every tunnel and chamber is carefully built and maintained, showing just how impressive and efficient these tiny creatures really are. Now that we've seen the anthill's structure, let's dive into the key players in this underground society. Well, ant colonies are like tiny, super organized societies, so every ant has a specific job to help the whole group thrive. At the top of the hierarchy is the queen. Her job is pretty straightforward: to wear the crown and just lay thousands of eggs every day to keep the colony growing. In larger colonies, there might even be more than one queen because, well, keeping up with that many eggs is not easy at all. Interestingly, the ant queen's abdomen can actually expand to hold all those eggs, which is impressive, to say the least. If there's a queen, there must be ants who work for her. That's where the worker ants come in. They're the real multitaskers. These wingless females do everything from building the nest to foraging for food, caring for the babies, and guarding the queen. They all recognize each other by scent, so no strangers sneak in unnoticed. Aside from workers, there are also soldier ants, who are physically bigger ants with enormous pincers. From their name itself, a soldier, their job is basically to protect the colony from any threats, so we can refer to them as the security team that ensures everyone can rest easy at night. Finally, there are the honey store ants, with special abdomens designed to store honeydew from aphids basically. The colony's built-in snack storage, making sure they never run out of food and that sweet treats are always just one tummy away. Next, let's explore how ants keep their colony fed using some surprisingly smart food strategies. So, inside an anthill, the ants have created a bustling underground world where everything revolves around teamwork and clever food management. The tunnels and chambers aren't just places to hang out, they're essential for the colony's survival. One of the most important tasks is foraging for food, and ants are pretty resourceful about it. Some species stick to the basics, like gathering seeds, nectar, and insects. But others, like leafcutter ants, take it up a notch by turning their homes into complex farming systems. These little farmers cut leaves, haul them back to the colony, and use them to grow fungus. This fungus becomes their main food source, making sure they never go hungry. But it doesn't stop there. Ants are also great at managing what they've got. Some ants, for example, farm aphids by protecting them and moving them between plants. In exchange, the aphids produce honeydew, which the ants happily collect for a sugary snack. And then there are those who store seeds in special chambers, just in case times get tough. Together, these ants aren't just surviving, they're thriving, all while working together in one highly specialized, well-organized society. After learning how ants work together to thrive and manage their food sources, it's important to remember that all this cooperation happens under constant threat. Life inside an anthill may seem peaceful, but it's far from safe. Ants live in a constant state of alert, with their survival depending on a fierce defense system to keep their colony secure. Soldier ants stand as the first line of defense, guarding the tunnels with remarkable weaponry. Some use their powerful jaws to fight off intruders, while others are equipped with chemical sprays that can deter enemies or even repel predators. But some soldier ants go to extreme lengths for the colony's protection. In desperate situations, these ants will sacrifice themselves by blocking tunnels with their heads, or in a more dramatic defense, exploding to create a lethal barrier, ensuring their colony's safety at the cost of their own lives. Despite these impressive defenses, ants face many threats. Natural predators, like anteaters, armadillos, and birds, regularly target ants for their small size and abundance. However, their biggest and most relentless enemies are often other ants. Rival colonies regularly clash in brutal battles, fighting over territory and resources. These battles can be massive, with thousands of ants locked in combat, engaging in intense, often bloody, confrontations to claim the prize, control of a rich feeding ground, or access to a critical nesting site. But the threats don't just come from the outside. Inside the colony, there's a constant struggle for power. Female worker ants with ovaries often compete for reproductive rights, attempting to dethrone the queen by inserting their own eggs into the communal nursery. In older, more mature colonies, these ovary-carrying ants can become a real threat, challenging the queen's authority. Reproductive queens might even go as far as pulling eggs from the brood pile and eating them. The goal for them is clear: the queen that can destroy the most of her opponent's eggs while losing the fewest of her own becomes the dominant queen. In the end, despite all the internal power struggles and constant outside threats, the colony survives because of its incredible cooperation and specialization. Every ant knows its role and sticks to it, creating a level of social organization that's hard to match. It's this balance of teamwork, defense, and determination that keeps the colony going day after day, battle after battle. Inside the anthill, survival is never guaranteed, but thanks to their unity and resilience, ants can manage to keep their world thriving. Thanks for tuning in and taking a peek into the fascinating world of ants. If you enjoyed exploring interesting stories with us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. What topics do you want us to dive into next? Let us know in the comments. Join us as we get animated about science here at Animated Science.